Welcome back to our coverage of the Premier Touch League based here at Bruce Pullman Park in Auckland. I am Kim Holtham, your commentator for today, and sitting next to me I have Grant Robinson. No doubt you're getting itchy feet watching these games today.
Yeah, a little bit. The boots are in the bag, but they're staying well and truly in the bag. Quality of the games have been outstanding, so quite happy to just sit here behind the screen and try and explain the experience that these guys are having rather than get out there myself.
Yes, we have two behemoths in the touch world going up against each other today. In the 07 Heat team, we have the likes of Mitta Graham, Shannon Tormudi again at number 6, he's the captain. Tiwi Davies, who had an outstanding first game, so did Shaquille Stone. And this Metro team as well, their first game of the day wasn't streamed, but they did end up getting the win over Te Waipounamu. So it's been a good day for them so far, but this will be a very good test for them going up against this 07 Heat team.
Yeah, that's right. Some ably well led by Sean Law, Tiao McIntyre, and the like. But there's some young guys and some excitement, enthusiasm, being able to watch that first game that they were in. So hopefully they can carry that forward into this game and really put the Heat up against it.
Yes, and looking at these team lists, the Metro men's, they do have a lot of very good players in their team. Like you said, Tian McIntyre, he's one very good one. Sean Law's another one. And I see number 14, Mark Hodson, our old teammate. He's co-captain. He's not out there today, though. He rolled his ankle at training earlier this week, so he won't be back till the next weekend of competitions. But if we see here 07 Heat with some good ball getting out, shifted amongst them. And good to see as well one of their players, one of the young bucks coming in for this first, for their second game, 07 Heat. It's number, which one is it? It's number 12, Jordan Tuakana Hudson, very young boy, still in school, but Mitta Graham has pegged him as one of our New Zealand's touch stars of the future.
Yeah, that's right, definitely one to watch there, and it'll just be great to see how they formulate their game plans. That it's definitely dried up, the rain's kind of gone away, which is great for this kind of spectacle, and expect to see some great touch going on here.
Yep, again, that was just... I don't think it was good defence. I think it was more so just a mistake on Metro's behalf. Their pass from their link to their winger probably not as good as the winger would have liked. Otherwise, it would have been a shoe-in. Another standout player for this 07 Heat team in that first game would have been Carlos Savage, just putting a lot of work in with their drives and their finishing. But now with Mitta Graham on the field, no doubt he'll be directing his team towards their first try of the game. He'll definitely be wanting them to get a bit closer, and there they are with number 2. With their third touch, they'll be in attacking position. Mitta Graham now shifted into the middle.
Calling the sweep round early, Mitta looking at that set play, the in ball, and looks like he's got away with that one. Metro challenging it, but yeah, you could sort of see that Mitta well set up. He set out on the link and then called the sweep, called in, and looking for that inside ball. They've obviously identified something pretty early there, so Heat get up.
I think that was a good call by the referee. Yes, it did look like that the defender made the touch, but I think he may have touched him just early, just before he got the ball. So good try there to 07 Heat. They are now up 1-0, but don't peg Metro out. They have a lot of superstars, especially these younger players. They are some players to be watching out for in our future.
Yeah, it's so exciting, isn't it? The skill level that these young ones have got nowadays, and the development that's going through from the pathways level right through to this is just so exciting for our game, and obviously leading right through to the top echelon players. So looking forward to how this plays out, and as the Heat drive on forward through, just about to come over halfway, trying to set up for a final crack.
Yeah, one thing I'm very impressed with our younger players, and there we have E4 Jones unable to get the gap. But like I was saying, one thing I'm impressed with our younger players is just the touch IQ that they have at such a young age, and not only that, but the way they carry themselves and the confidence that they play the game with. That was something I feel like when I was growing up was something that they are definitely better than us at, these younger players. Just not scared to go in there and give it a go, eh?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's, as we were talking about before, it's having the understanding of respect for everybody in the game off the field, but once you get on the field, you're all equals, and they're just as good, and they've deserved every bit of being selected into the teams that they're in. But the work that's going on through all of the provinces is a credit as to why these players are there, through the coaches and the systems and structures that are getting put in place. So these opportunities are just outstanding now.
And here we go, Metro with a good set of D there. They need to be careful on their defensive line coming out of their 7 though. Possibility of getting caught out for not going forward. But here they are with some good go forward, some good yardage. Regardless of the weather, be careful for those passes though, Metro. Possibility of getting caught forward. They have a peel there with a beautiful little check pass. Well executed move by Metro.
Yeah, that was outstanding, and as you probably just see on the screen there, that's me not being an Auckland local. It's gone from blue sky and sun to raining again, but the quality just shows from there, the skill level. Sweep off there, looks to dive, feeds off, and nice and simple, easiest try of the day, I would say, for Caleb Nyantachi.
Yes, I don't know if you can call that bad D, because the attacking player did just enough just to latch E4 Jones in and then give out that pass. Just beautifully structured attack. And here, Metro, like I said, they need to be careful. They don't want to be giving away too many penalties, especially this side of the field. You have Shackstone with ball in hand now. Scary attacker Shackstone. Gets himself in great position. They'll be going back to one off that.
Yeah,
love the confidence brimming out of this Metro team at the moment. These young players, they're really relishing the fact that they get to play against such quality opposition. Mitter Graham, his experience, pulling out of that move at the right time. He scoops through, he cracks the line, he's looking for an open player. Nice little, unfortunate on the check back. The winger there just asking a question to the ref, was I held?
Yeah, just a little bit hard for Mitter. He did all the work, got through, scooped through. The link made an early call and cut on him, which only gave him one option, and credit to him, he held the ball as long as he could, try to give the winger every option, but with an extra link there running in that channel would have probably come up with a try.
Yep, one thing I've always been told growing up in Bay of Plenty, something they teach us, link never cuts. Don't you cut, you just keep running that line and let the back door come, because you're right, if you do cut and you don't get the ball, you're only leaving your scooper with one option.
That's right, don't expect much game time if you continue to cut with the old dogs around. As Heat come over halfway, looking to set up, trying to get into another one. Good ball handling through the ball, and just not squared up enough for the referees. Good call by Alicia Ruaiti.
Yes, I've been loving the officiating today. All refs across all games have been very, very good. Just goes to show the calibre of refs that we have here in New Zealand. International quality.
Yep, it's been outstanding, and they're still coming to grips with the rulings and things as well. So their focus has been really around communication with the players and with each other, so that they get nice clarity and understanding right across the board, and that just shows as to the level of officiating. It's been excellent. As the Metro come in, fake that wrap, and that's just cleared open space for the Nathan Rollison to go through. And is he connected?
Now here's where I'm iffy on this ruling, only because I know with the new rules you're supposed to gain control of the ball before scoring the try. I just want to see if he does that or if he just slaps the ball down. Does he gain control of that ball, Grant?
I'd like to look at another camera angle for that one.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind that call. All I ask for is just a bit of consistency.
Yep.
As long as we see it down both sides of the field, I'll be happy. And here we have Carlos Savage, who always places a good drop in place. And here we have a penalty against Metro, and the rain has just picked up double fold, so it's going to make it even harder to control this ball in this kind of weather. Metro at the moment up 2-1 against 07 Heat. Carlos Savage now. Backdoor, Shackstone coming around.
In and out. He got the play through. No, touch called. But really searching on that defence. Shaq loves coming around on that sweep and really squaring up those defenders.
He does. He's the options man.
Looking for 32 setup. Aoife, once again, Carlos right there. Feeds him the long step back. Looking for the options. Good defence from the winger, Metro.
It was very good defence. I liked the option by E4 though. Just a nice little floater. Just posing the question.
Yeah, and that's really come to the fore in some of the games that I've seen now, and especially through when I was watching the Warriors games from the NRL Touch Premiership, was just floating that ball in behind the defensive line that pops high for that link to chop through. I think we're going to see more and more of that happening.
It's beautiful to watch those sorts of passes too.
It works for me because my long ball isn't very good, so just trying to put it into space short is better. As opposed to the long ball there from Metro, and he's got through on that one.
Metro are showing up in this first half. They've just dotted down again, pushing that score out to 3-1. We may have an injury out on this right side to number 17. Riley O'Donnell, which is the winger. He'll be a huge loss if he has to come off for this 017 for the Heat. He's an outstanding winger.
Yep. Right, great, left to right. Riley just, looks like he catches a boot of the number 19 Metro as they dive. As always, outstanding effort by Riley, but just looked like he might have caught the boot of the player there, unfortunate.
Yeah, and you might have just caught it just at the end there. The ground must be very slippery because he just slipped as he tried to chase out. So something to be mindful about, that with the ground being as dewy as it is, maybe try and throw those long balls, forcing those wingers to pick early where they want to go, left or right. Here we have a nice little tight play. Yep. Nice and easy. They're calling a drop ball.
Yeah. Aoife Jones did everything right there. Got the slide in, misplaced the defender, but just couldn't quite come up with the goods according to the referee. So we play on. Metro get away with one there. They're looking to get away to their sub-box. Placed it beside him. That's not going to work.
And again, that just comes down to conditions. The ground is very wet. Everyone is slipping all over the show. Just how Aoife didn't end up scoring that try. Winger is offside by a country mile. Ref does not pick it up though. Lucky for Metro.
Yeah, lucky didn't come up too much in the play there. Looked to step back, and so it was really looking around the middle link channel on that one. But here's the experience of the Heat, just looking to really keep it close, really defense second phase there. Mitta play on maybe. No, good defense again. Metro really hanging in on this one. Mitta looking to set up. He's already got probably 3 plays in his head ahead of the game here. Another feed. Picks, plenty of time. Well defended. Here's Metro on the go now.
What I'm liking about this 07 Heat attack, though, is that every play that they're doing is a different play. They're not following any structure. They're doing something different every time. So they're keeping the Metro defence guessing, which is going to be perfect for late game because they won't know what to expect.
Yeah, and it's very clearly communicated from the 07 Heat. You saw there was no real urgency or no miscommunication through their attack. It's very clear about what they're doing down there. So to me, maybe just a matter of time until they connect on those ones. But to be honest, the Metro are right on top of them at the moment and have to put some pressure on here so that the 07 Heat don't get out of their zone. Meta kind of control the go forward. Tiwi feeding off, giving them some extra ones here.
Oh, that was a beautiful box though. When the subs come on, they were in perfect position.
Yeah. Draws the penalty as well.
Yes.
That's just good experience there from the 07 Heat, going at the same players over and over, pulling a penalty, and now they get a great attack on the line.
Yes, that was a great placing of the ball. He placed it just behind the defender's foot so that when they took a step backwards, they kicked the ball out. Great work there.
Little pop out, little... Oh, on the first play though, I don't know about that. Risky. Didn't come off this time. So 07 Heat going to have to look to really push up here defensively and see if they can come up with an error. Metro looking to probably get to their box. get some new fresh players on. Good ball play interchange here, looking for the sweepers to come around off the box. Just caught up a little bit here. And, yeah, got called for obstruction.
What I'm liking about this Metro team is if you look at them, they're quite sturdy young men. So they ruck very, very strong in the ruck. They're laying a good platform and setting up really well for their scoopers. Something that I think this number 13 for 07 Heat, Carlos Savage, is very good at. You'll see he sets up a lot of their plays just because the strength that he has in that ruck.
Yeah, got a good setup here. E4 in with Carlos. Shaq out on the link. Looking to bounce him out and in for second phase. And there you go. No one to shut on that. Nice and simple. Well constructed there from the Heat.
I was actually about to say, Shaq, why did you come and step back there until I remembered, oh, yes, that's why, because you're Shaquille Stone and you can score tries from anywhere. So you'll see here, he gets the ball, steps this player, steps the second player, then checks it back on the inside, leaving a huge hole for Carlos Savage.
Yeah, cheeky no-looker from Shaq as well, I think. So in these conditions, probably only one of the few that could pull those ones out, but we'll give credit to him there.
Yeah, there we go. Great work there. Metro, though, still ahead by 1. Score 2-3. Here they are on the attack. They're going to set up. They did a 07 Heat on them.
Great defence, Jordan Tuakana Hudson, to shut that one down. They ran that almost perfectly, Metro. Let's see what they're going to do now after that. 32 play. Looking to pick up the choppers. Another great defensive play from Tuakana Hudson.
Putting in some great defensive work by the young man.
Good, well done there by the Heat. Now looking to capitalise and clear their box area. Ooh,
I was about to say they were lucky to get away with that, but they weren't lucky. The ref did pull it up. Yep. What I like about that play, though, is Mitta, with the experience, just pushed the ball outside, letting his team get some fresh subs on. Put a fresh wall of D up there. These young men from Metro, though, you can never count them out. On attack, they just seem to be scoring from anywhere like that. What a try. Ooh, they're calling the touch. Very well done by Tiwi.
Yeah, and there comes into play that 7 metres again. A long part to defend,
Huge.
Especially with these divers with a bit of reach. Looking for the quick play, footwork. Good defence there for Awa Morris.
And here we go. Metro again on the attack, looking like they're setting up for a 33 play. But you can see this length is 32. He's going to go for the scoop. He goes short side, checks it out to the wing. Great defensive work there by 07 Heat. Who is that number 19? That is Trey Poihipi. Great work there, young man.
It's great. Tiwi just looking to settle things now, get them to their box. Ooh, strong touch in there. Disrupts the play, so Heat need to... Oh, there you go. I think they'll play that mistake. Good pressure from Metro. They're not taking a backward step here at all, so they're really in the hunt for another one. Just trying to conduct things.
They are bursting with confidence at the moment, and so they should be. They are playing very, very well, both on attack and defence.
Just setting things, trying to see if they can get a little break in the Heat defence. Just get them up where they want them to be. Looking for a 21.
Yes, great refereeing. Again, some really good defence by that number 19, Trey Poihipi, out on that wing for 07 Heat's men. Probably one of the advantages of having such an experienced winger like Riley O'Donnell on your team is he's very vocal and very helpful when it comes to sharing the secrets of that position. Huge upside having him on your side.
Yeah, often noted as the hardest position you can play in the wing position, and luckily around the New Zealand levels there's been some pretty outstanding ones of late, and it's important that they bring through the next level of wingers into our game and support them to to give the experience and knowledge that they've learned over the many years that they've been involved.
Yeah, a long ball there by Tiwi Davies, unable to get ball to hand though. So here we have Metro coming up now with another toucher. And like you said, Jess, we have some very strong wingers here in New Zealand. One of the reasons why I went to go play mixed is so that I didn't have to defend out on the wing. It's that disgusting of a position to defend in.
Yeah, that's why I was a middle as well. It's simpler in the middle. You just
one option.
Make a touch, corner, and the other person shuts. Different now these days. You've got to do everything. And even harder, I think, for the wingers. So full credit to them in every winger position out there. As we get through halftime, Hooters gone. It's still live. Metro, one last attack. Got a bit of space to move. It's wrap play. Wingers still alive. Good defence to shut that down.
A very good half put on by both teams, regardless of the weather. I mean, we were looking at scoring heaps of points, a lot of points today. But with the way the weather is shaping up, it's not looking like a high-scoring game. But both teams not scared to throw the ball around.
No, and that just comes down to the skill level of the players within this team and what we've seen before. I mean, I think the last one we commentated together was a 12-10 scoreline. A little bit of wet and rain does change things. It makes things a little bit tighter, but the skill level is still so good. You're still seeing long balls being thrown, a lot of ball play in there, and a lot of great footwork from the players. So, yep, everybody just taking a breath. Few pointers from the coaches, and then the second half will be really intriguing to see if Metro can keep pushing ahead here. Yes,
and no doubt Wiremu Takere, the coach of the Metro men's team, I think he's currently the New Zealand Open mixed captain. He'll be sharing some words of wisdom with his team because they're doing very, very well. They're attacking the weak points of this 07 Heats team, which at the moment is probably on those outsides. So they're doing exactly what needs to be done to score points against this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I look over, I think Wiremu might just be standing by himself with an umbrella over his head. But so maybe the players are taking more of that action. So, and that's what we've seen on the field. They're very controlled, very structured around what they're doing. So yeah, all the confidence with these fellas coming up for the second half, I'm sure.
Yes, no, some very good touch being played on both sides. And especially here, we have another really good winger on this Metro men's team, Caleb Nyantachi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that, sorry, Ehua. Hopefully that's, I didn't butcher it too bad, but he is having an outstanding game. He's catching what he needs to catch. He's doing some very good work on defence. I'd love to see him with ball in hand with some open space. He looks like he's quick, that number 19 for Metro.
Yeah, he does, and I think that's also a credit to the shape from the middles out through the links to the wing, and especially defensively from Metro, that has allowed him to be in the right positions. It hasn't put them out of shape too much. You know, the Heat is a pretty experienced side, and they've really tried to work over this Metro team, and they're showing that they can really foot it with them. So, yeah, excited to see the second half go as the Heat start to come back on the field. I'm sure they've had some words of wisdom from their coaching staff and experienced players just to settle in, and you know, we've still got another 20 minutes here.
And I think that's what it's coming down to with this 07 Heat team. You would have seen both those tries were orchestrated by two of the old heads. One was done by Mitta Graham with a nice little in ball there, and the second one was set up by Shaquille Stone to another veteran of the team, Carlos Savage. Not a bad duo to have on at the same time. So you'll be looking to the old heads in this team to try and pick up some more points going into the second half. Nice little miss pass there. Tiwi Davies, did he manage to score that try?
Referees are just checking on that as we talk about, I was almost going to say old head. I'm not sure if we can call Tiwi that just yet, but he's certainly got experience there. Good touch called by the referees. E4 on the 32, looks the short side. Tries to draw a penalty, but referee says no, touch made. And the Metro survived that and look to drive out now.
Yeah, some very good defence put up by the Metro team. But they make another mistake. Needs to be careful. We might get penalised throwing that ball away like that.
Yes, a little bit more experience like we saw from Mitter, just distracting the ball away from the area. Not quite so understood. And the Metro right back in on that 7 metre. Quickie play. Good structure by Metro, held there.
Yes, and here we see back in that middle, Carlos Savage and Mitter Graham. Savage setting up for the second phase. Players offside. Great little try.
Yeah. Once again, just that smart play, a little bit in the wet. Second phase is always going to be a great option here. And when you've got like some Mitter Graham, Carlos Savage, all setting up around there, it's money for jam in that one.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing the setup of the second phase play. They play second. Yes, I do see that.
And credit to Carlos, like right in there, in the ruck, in the wet, to be able to stabilise and put that ball down. That's all credit to him for that touchdown. Yes,
Hoya to Maxwell Blake. Great little try there. Nice little dive. He just managed to manipulate his body in a way where he was out of the toucher's touch. I don't know if you know of that player, Hoyata. He's also an amazing singer, part of the singing group Maimor.
No,
might get him to sing us a bit of a ballad after the game. You need some new fans, Grant. Come on, jump on board.
Sounds good to me. Get out there with the microphone and pass it on to him at the end of the game.
No, once I get the mic, mate, I ain't passing it on.
Here's Shaq. Oh, Shaq was looking to go on the scoop for the first time. Once again, just holding up to clarify with the referee. Turnover, Metro. Strong defence from the Heat. Don't want the Metro to get any extra metres here.
No, well, we've seen how potent they are on attack. So the last thing you want is to give them extra touches within that 15 to 20, even 25, 30 metres out from the try line. It's like all of them can pass and all of them have a nice little step on them. And now that the weather's fined up a bit, the ball won't be as slippery and the ground won't be as grippy as it was. I'm liking this number 1 for Metro, though. What's his name? Nathan Rollison.
Nathan Rollison, yeah.
He's very good.
Very deceptive player. Good footwork there. Having a go on the last touch, see what was about. Didn't quite come off for him. Heat just trying to a little bit messy on the transition in there, but as we've seen, Tiwi just taking the ball forward, nice and controlled, setting up. Raiki Willison, Mitter Graham, back to Mitter. Special Mitter plays going on there just to draw the defence out. Taps and does he get the play on? No. Always worth trying that one.
It is. It is. But Mitter Graham again, that's just the experience coming through. He knew that they were offside, so he was trying to pull them in, initiate them towards him. Given his team a full set on this attacking 7. Tiwi coming back door, switches again with Mitter Graham.
Yeah, well defended by Metro. Mitter's now going to his second place. Sweet play, and yeah, unfortunately didn't get the ball down strongly there. Metro get away with it and are off and running, heading to the sub box. Nice work there, Lewis Nickel. He's done a lot of good work through the middle section in the first half and continuing that here. And has the headband to boot.
I'm liking the headband, to be honest. I'm liking all these Metro players. They're all playing very, very well.
Yeah, that's right. Not necessarily one standout player, which is the credit of a great touch team. I feel it's great to have that X factor player, but if you don't have the others around them to do the work, it makes it very hard for them to put on a show. So that's what I'm kind of seeing at the moment, whether it's conditions or whether that's just the makeup of this team. Certainly an exciting team, and they're footing it here 3-all with 07 Heat.
E4 with the scoop. He finds Hoya to...
good pop up in the line there.
And again, that Metro defence just putting themselves in a position to be able to attack that attacking line. Because there's no better defence than a good attack.
You're going deep into your book for those ones, aren't you?
And here we have again Metro. Full-on attack here. Lovely little extra pass. Just getting those extra metres. Not the strongest of plants for the scoop, though. But a great little chopper line.
Good defence. being able to pick up both the dummy half on the pass and the chopper. Heat using the ball. Savage again driving forward. So is Maxwell Blake. Trying to set a platform here. As we come around, cutting in Shaq. Coming back for the 32 to Tuakana Hudson. Oh, fifth and final now. There's a bit of static. Now you need the X factor. Caught offside, coming back, getting some room. Well defended by Metro.
Yeah, I like what the Heat did there, though. This again, just pumping them into this corner, not giving them an easy option. I think Shaquille Stone would have been disappointed with himself how he played out that last that touch leading into the last touch.
Yeah,
Again, he'll be looking to make up for that mistake.
Yeah, just trying to get those couple of extra metres, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it just doesn't, and that creates the breakdown in there. So there you can see Shaq working hard to try and get back. As Metro come through, scoop off the end, step back, looking, recount. No, not a recount.
I think it was good refereeing there. It didn't look like he played at the ball. His hand was in place, and they threw it at his hand. Good work by the referee. Jordan Tuakana Hudson now with ball in hand, making some good yards, followed up by Shaquille Stone. He'll be looking to box, bringing a fresh set of attackers on.
And here's a nice little pod with Willison, Mitta Graham and E4 out on the link. Doing the drives, Willison, Mitta on the run now, looking to draw him back in. Still working, yeah, somebody's going.
Every time
again.
Mitta has the ball, he forces the penalty like that. It's just...
Yeah, high IQ.
High
IQ.
IQ.
He knows the new rulings. He knows that the defence have to keep coming out there and not dropping back early, and he's playing to those. The little double pass.
Nice little pick up there by E4 Jones as well. Recognised that they were offside. Now that's the second penalty. One more, and they'll be down to 5 defenders on this defensive line.
Oh, yeah. Mistake there. Unfortunate. But it gives Metro the chance to yard out. Heat will certainly be putting on the pressure here. Some strong work in the touch. Great yards here. Tomahawkin. And again, looking to set up a platform here. Good late cut in for a 3-3. Beats him with the footwork. And looks like it's ball down.
That was a beautifully executed try there. They just had great go forward. They were putting pressure on the right players, attacked those holes, and 07 Heat were just on the back foot throughout that whole set.
Yeah, that's right. Just touching and rolling, no positive touches in there. They couldn't get anything out of that. Nice work in there, nice and direct, and come up with the goods. As the Heat come back on attack, Tuakana Hudson pumps.
There
Flick
it
on.
is.
Great hands, winger. How he
Great
caught
hands.
that, I have no idea. Looked like they got maybe one up their sleeve, the Heat. Tuakana Hudson calls in Carlos. Back out for 32. Tiwi on the ball. Looking
There
for
it
the switch.
is.
Chopper. And
Maxwell Blake unable to keep his hands on the ball, but it was looking promising. The holes, the gaps are definitely there. They just need to capitalize and try and put some points on the board. Just under 10 minutes to go. A lot of time. There is a lot of touch yet still to be played. The confidence of this Metro City team, though, coming into this match, is what I've felt outstanding. Nice little backdoor play.
yeah, well set up there. Just didn't quite get the execution, but that looked like that might have had the Heat in trouble if they'd have gone to hand.
Definitely.
I like that. Like you say, the confidence is still there the whole time. It hasn't been shook too much at all. So credit to Metro. They are right here. Got every chance. And as the Heat come over halfway, looking to get some more yardage up. Getting a final. Mitta on the ball. Drawing, still playing. Yep. Just looking to complete that set on that one or draw a penalty. So good defense by Metro. As they yard out, Nickel just getting the go forward. And he's staying in it again. Good yards, nice and easy. Bring on some fresh legs now. As I said, it's important for Metro not to let anything slip here in that last 8 minutes. They've done so well so far, getting a chance on the line, looking for that late link.
I hope that isn't a sign of what's to come for Metro. It just looked like they pulled back on their intensity a bit after that set. Let's hope that was a one-off thing, because if they do want to win this game, they're going to have to keep playing at the level that they've been playing at throughout the earlier parts of this game, especially against a team like 07 Heat. They have such good veterans and such experience in their team that they won't stop playing until the final whistle.
Yeah, exactly right, Kimo. And what we're just sort of seeing being behind the Metro, it's just gone a little quiet. And in the back end of this play, as we get E-Force sweeping through on the scoop, still looking for options. He's just hanging out all day.
Oh.
And, did he just falcon himself? Let's see, what did the ref call?
No, they've gotten the penalty. So they're saying the guy who scored the try didn't put the ball down on the ground. Are they going to give that? No, you got to give it a go, though. That's what I like. Very good, Riley Martin. Just keep them guessing. E4 Jones, though, had all the time in the world to pass that ball.
Yeah, he was almost pulling the deck chair out to have a sit down, I think, during that time. But lucky for Metro, out of jail, get a chance, nice and strong in the ruck. Play on, E4's on the ball, just resetting that structure. Looking to call in, Tiwi on a sweep. He's going to feed it, maybe look at the bounce back. Yeah, well defended there. Again, just playing that one play, not a second phase or things, which I think really worked for the Heat earlier on. They snapped a good one when Mitta was on there earlier, so that was where I'd be looking to go. Get a second phase, not just a one play, and there we have it. Disrupted and lose the ball.
And there we have Metro. They've gotten a double penalty call here. And we just have to give a special mention to our cameraman out there. I mean, the rain has just stopped. But throughout all of that, they would have been getting soaked out in the rain. So too much, boys and our ladies. Thank you very much for putting the mahi in. But there you would have seen a silly mistake by Metro. They were on halfway. I think it was their number 20, Khan Munokwa, just pulled on the arm of one of their the Heat defenders. So they were on attack. It was a silly mistake. It was unnecessary, especially with 6 minutes to go and you being up by one. You just don't need to make mistakes like that. Shaq now with ball in hand. Checks back on the inside to Mitta Graham. Mitta again, another backdoor. Long ball out from Hudson. Unable to capitalise though.
Yeah, I just felt with that, Heat seemed to be getting a little bit of ascendancy. I felt like they were really going to pour it on in this last 5 minutes. A little bit of reprieve for the Heat and fresh legs, and they're coming down the field. So I think a good couple of words maybe from Coach Wiramu Takare about, come on boys, 5 minutes, let's lift a little bit of extra voice from the box as well. Always helps those tired players out on the field.
Yep, and Daniel Nickel there getting caught with ball in hand as dummy half. Ooh. He has been very strong today, the number 5, Daniel Nickel for Metro. And Carlos Savage, who was the one who actually made that touch, he's the one who forces the mistake for 07 Heat. So Metro again now with another full attacking set on their 7-metre line. Not where 07 Heat want to be, being 1 point down with just under 5 to go.
Lewis Nickel again and Lance Davids.
Ball down.
And he's got it. There's Nickel again with the headband and just created a nice little play there with Lance Davids. A little quickie and a bounce back, which is perfect in these conditions. As we see, good setup. Getting him, sets a good platform. Gets the player up he wants. Quickie play, draws the defence, and room to move. Yep, great try. And that puts them up. Is that 5-3? So Heat, bit of work to do with 4 minutes.
It's definitely doable though. I mean, the attacking power that this Heat team have, they don't need to panic, not just yet. Still 4 minutes left in the match. Here they're setting up for Ethel Jones. He goes for the scoop. He's looking for that little pop pass. He gets it. But I think it might have been the forward pass.
Drifted forward. Yep, and that's the one we were talking about last time. Just trying to put it in behind that lifting defence, but unfortunately it did move further forward. So Metro looking now to come out. Strong set here needs to be had to get right down the end of the field again. Good energy here through the yards. Nickel on the ball again.
Yes, Metro doing very good in this midfield setup. Their drives are on and they're setting up for the right person. Long ball out to the wing, but nice intercept there by Trey Poihipi. He has also had a very strong game today.
Yeah, it's great from him, right in the right spot, lifted nice and high in the channel, which is what you want on that defensive set when they're trying to chuck that long one. As the Heat come over halfway now, Carlos will be looking for a reprieve from that last one, sets a good platform. And he's in again, Ephion Jones, Ephel's brother here, looking for options, bit of footwork. Feed on, Shaq tries to feed on and ball goes down. So Metro get it again, 2 minutes 40 odd to play here, and Metro look nice and strong. They need a big set here.
Ephion just looking a bit indecisive there about what to do off that play. But it was very well set up by Carlos Savage. You know, he's always, when he goes in for the drive, he's always giving a good platform for his team to work off. So the template's definitely there. The execution at the moment, just not as good. Here we have Shaquille Stone just putting a bit of pressure on the defence.
There's that man Rollinson scooping through. And looks like a try for Daniel Nickel. Might be the brother of Lewis with the headband. Easy to tell them apart. And they go up by another. So Metro, how good is this?
Metro surprising me with how well they are playing so far. So level-headed. And Rollinson with a beautiful scoop here. He has had an outstanding game today. Probably one of the standouts for me for this Metro team. And saying that there haven't been specific players in the Metro team, in my opinion, who have been outstandingly good. It's almost like the whole team. They're working very well together. They're working for each other. Very hard to beat a team that are playing as a team the way they are. And with 6-3 and a minute 15 to go, it may be too late for 07 Heat. Very good performance put on by Metro.
Yeah, just trying to unravel a little here. Not the structure we've normally seen with the Heat, with those players. Looking for, again, not quite the second phase they're wanting, or maybe Mitter's not wanting that. Trying to reset again. I think that's probably where they went away from. They should have stuck in that. That really paid dividends for them in there. Oh, and a lucky one. We'll take that every day as a defender.
And Metro again on the go forward.
God, need some guys. Just take forward. I like this work. Lance Davids has got some really good meterage through the middle of the field here.
Oh, they've had it throughout the whole game, especially in between the halfway and 10 metres on either side. It's just been constantly great. And again, there's that number 19, just right place, right time. Poihipi, he's been very good out there. Just putting himself in positions where he's been of real value. And there we hear the final hooter. Ball going to ground. Metro, in my opinion, the underdogs coming through with the 6-3.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe that's how we talked about it through the game. But look, give them credit. They got out and they got in front, and they didn't let that go. So yeah, maybe an underdog tag going in, but as we say, like, names on paper doesn't mean anything when you're out on the field. That was an awesome game. No one particular person, I think, that was a standout. A real team game from Metro, which I'm sure the coaching staff will be pleased about.
Yes, definitely. Metro coming out on top, 6 points to 3 against a strong team by 07 Heat men's. We have one more game coming up to stream after this, and this one starts at 3:50. That will be Te Waiponamu going up against the Manukau Raiders.